Welcome to SIM 2021 Virtual Open House. This session is about SIM Business Diploma. I'll be sharing my slide now. Okay, hope you can see the slides clear. I'm Clara, your host for this session. Please note that during this presentation, for any inquiries, you can either type into the chat group or you can ask us during the Q&A session at the end of the sharing session. I'm covering the admission criteria and progression, program structure, and the relevant head of program from the academic department will be sharing the unique details for the SIM Business Diploma respectively. SIM, we offer 4 business diploma programs, namely the Diploma in Management Studies, Diploma in Accounting, Diploma in International Business, and Diploma in Banking and Finance. Students with 3 O-level credit pass can apply for SIM Management Foundation Studies, a 6-month program. Once the student passes the 5 modules in the MFS program, they can choose to progress to one of the business diplomas. For students who obtain 1 A-level or a Year 12 international qualification, they can apply directly to the SIM Business Diploma. Successful completion of the diploma allows students to progress to our university partner from UK, US, or Australia with exemptions. Students who obtain a GCE O-level credit pass in English can take SIM English placement test to determine their English proficiency. Namely, CEL Level 3, a 9-month program, Level 4, 6-month program, or Level 5, 3-month program. Applicants who pass the English placement test can also enroll directly into the foundation program or the diploma program. The CEL program is run every 3 months in January, April, July, and October. Course fees is $2,461 per level. We will be covering the 4 language skills: reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Classes are conducted from Mondays to Fridays, at least 5 hours a day. There are continuous assessments throughout the course. For Level 3 and Level 5, there are mid-term or mid-course assessment at the end of the first month and end-of-course assessment at the end of second month. Students need to obtain 50% to pass the Level 3 or Level 4, or Level 5, sorry. For Level 4, it is a true train program. CEL students will be awarded the certificate of completion at the end of each level. It is a Singapore Immigration and Checkpoint Authority regulation that all international students must have at least 90% of attendance to maintain the student pass status. SIM students will require 75% of attendance to take examination. Students who obtain 1 A-level pass and meet our English requirement can enroll SIM Business Diploma directly. Diploma in Accounting, Banking and Finance, International Business and Management Studies are all 15 months program. There are 5 semesters. Each semester is 3 months and 3 modules to be conducted in 1 semester. So altogether, students will be doing 15 modules in 15 months. The total course fees is $11,770. Classes are conducted Monday to Saturdays, 3 hours a day, either 8:30 to 11:30, 12 to 3, or 3:30 to 6:30. All modules are conducted by local lecturers. There are 2 continuous assessments for each module, and either test or examination. For midterm test, it says 40% of the total marks, while examination accounts for 60% of the total marks. Students obtain 50% of the total marks will pass the module, and completing all 15 modules will successfully graduate from the diploma program and can progress to our university partner. The same attendance requirement applies. That is, international students will need to maintain 90%, and SIM students will all need to maintain 75% in order to take the examination or to be graded. Students who fail the modules can retake the modules in the next available term. However, if they fail the same module for 3 times, they will be terminated. Should you have any questions about the program structure, you can either type in the chat or ask during the Q&A section. I will now introduce Dr. Tan Kay Poon, the Head of Program for Management Foundation Studies and Diploma in Management Study, to share with you the program details. Dr. Tan, please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our program. This is Management Foundation Studies, which is a foundation program for the students to proceed to subsequent studies at the diploma level. The admission criteria consists of 3 GCO level or higher 9 cert plus English language requirements, which specify at GCO level C6 or equivalent. As I mentioned earlier, the objective is to provide a suitable foundation for students to proceed further to diploma in business studies. So this one provides a bridging for the students to be able to build up the foundation so as to study more effectively towards the diploma program. With this foundation program, the students will have the necessary skills and knowledge to move with confidence and progress more effectively when they pursue their diploma level studies. There are in total 5 modules in this program, consists of study skills for effective learning, introduction to management, marketing fundamentals, principles of accounting and business finance, and elements of economics. Students need to complete these 5 modules in 6 months. Of these 5 modules, 2 of them, principles of accounting and business finance and elements of economics, are exam modules. The rest are 100% continuous assessment, where students need to be assessed with a common test plus the other components of continuous assessment. For exam components, there will be 60% examination and 40% continuous assessment, which may consist of case studies, presentation, class discussions, participation, quizzes, and a 40% common test. As for upon completion of this management foundation studies, students can articulate into various diploma programs. I would like to introduce the Diploma in Management Studies. This is a broad-based program which allows the students to develop further in terms of skills and knowledge for business organization to become competent managers. For students who wish to set up their own company, this is also a suitable program for students to have the broad-based knowledge and foundations. The students will learn how to manage the company, market their products, source for finance, using information technology to enhance business operations and so on. So this program will provide a strong foundation for students to enhance their skills such as communications, economics analysis, interpretation of legal documents, management skills, plus the more technical skills such as accounting, finance, and using IT to build the business environment and enhance the efficiency and facilitates decision making. There are in total 15 modules in this program. Out of these 15, 8 are exam-based and 7 of them, which we label in blue colors, are the continuous assessment modules. Students will need to complete the entire 15 modules in order to complete this program. You can see that these 50 modules consist of the skill-based modules such as communications, language, quantitative skills like mathematics, statistics, and IT skills such as information system for business. And there are also more business-oriented skills such as the accounting, managing human resources, operations management, and principles of marketing. These are all carefully selected modules which are important to business operations to ensure the students have a good broad-based training in the business and management analysis. Right, next, my colleagues, Ms. Jun Lin, she will introduce the diploma in accounting. Ms. Jun Lin, please.
Hello, my name is June. Okay, I am the head of program for the diploma in accounting. I'm in charge of the academic aspect of it. Now, diploma in accounting aims to provide a firm foundation in the accounting concept and equip students with effective life skill. This allows our students to gain entry to degree programs. Next slide, please. Now, our diploma offers a rigorous and solid curriculum. Let's take a look at the 15 modules that we have. As you can see, other than the general modules and the broad business modules that we offer, our special modules are those in the third column. These are the specialized accounting modules that we have: audit and assurance, company law and secretarial practice, cost and management accounting, financial accounting and reporting, and taxation. You can see the two color codes there, same as what Dr. Tan has introduced. For DAC, which is Diploma in Accounting, we also have 6 continuous assessment only modules and examinable modules, but we have more examinable modules. Okay, now I'm going to talk a little bit more about our specialized accounting modules. Okay, the first module, audit and assurance, will equip our students with auditing skill, so the next time when they graduate, they're able to work in an auditing firm. Auditing firm basically checks the company accounts. Okay, it's very interesting to work in an auditing firm. So many of the students ultimately manage. It's not after they graduate from a diploma. That means after they move into a degree, and after they graduated from a degree, they work in a Big 4 international auditing firm. Okay. And for the second module, under the specialized column, company law and secretarial practice. Now, I would like to bring your attention to the second column. You realize that the second module, business law, okay? And the third column, second module, company law. Now, the students graduating from our diploma, okay, they have to do 2 law modules, business law and company law. Only students from our diploma, they are required to master 2 law modules. The reason is very simple. Okay, accounting students, they have to maintain a set of accounting books and they have to prepare financial reports. Okay, so they need to know a lot about law, business law and company law. They have to be law abiding. Okay, so in other words, our students, other than they need to be good in figures, they have to be good in writing. But don't worry, we will train them to be good in both. Okay, and they eventually are good in both. Okay, now the third module, cost and management accounting. Okay, students will learn how to do costing and learn how to do management accounting, because many of our students, after they graduate, they might not want to go into doing financial reporting. They actually move into the management accounting area. And most of the accountants, eventually they sit on the management side. Okay, so they need to know how to manage a company. So with all the costing and the management skill set that they learn, it really helped them a lot. Now, the fourth module, financial accounting reporting, is a must for most of the accountants because in this module, they learn all the international financial reporting standard, including some of the standard that is adapted to the local reporting standard. Okay, this will help them to publish accounting reports. Okay, now the last module, taxation. Okay, they will learn how to prepare taxation, okay, the tax reports. They will learn how to compute personal tax and corporate tax. Now, after students graduate, they can work for Inland Revenue of Singapore, or they can work for the auditing firm, but in the tax department. Now, I would like to talk about our diploma. It's a professional diploma. Now, what does it mean by professional diploma? The next slide will illustrate more. Okay, you can see that our diploma, it is accredited by the professional accounting bodies. So we have gotten exemption, okay, from the 3 international accounting professional body. Okay, ICAW, ACCA, and CIMA. They've given us exemption. In other words, our diploma is accredited by these 3 professional accounting qualifications. Okay, now what happened is our students, okay, after they've done our diploma, most of them, they'll move on to pursue a degree. Now, after they've gotten a degree, and most of them, they move into the accounting field or auditing field, okay, but they don't just stop there. They would like to continue to acquire a professional qualification. That means they end up as a chartered accountant or a certified public accountant. Okay, so with our diploma, they already gotten some exemptions. So they have to continue to pursue a qualification to continue to get more exemptions. Okay, now, when they are doing our diploma, we also bring them to CPO Australia, the Singapore office, for a visit, for them to take a look and to attend a talk there. Now, during the circuit breaker, we did not manage to do that. Okay, that was last year. Okay, but in the past, we always bring them there. Now you can see that the DPF students join us. We invited the DPF students to come along. The reason is when the DPF students move to a degree level, some of them, they decided to join the accounting degree. That's the reason we also bring them along so that they know more about the professional accounting bodies. Okay. We hope in the future when Singapore open up, okay, that means the circuit breaker move to the phase 3, okay, we can bring our students back to the accounting professional body for industry visit. Now, there's one slide that we took out, which is the accounting software. We used to teach students an accounting software when they are studying with us, okay, which is MYOB. But because there's a desktop copy, we download to our lab. Okay, during the circuit breaker, students can't go back to campus, so we can't really offer that. So we stopped that for 2 terms. But now we are actually looking into another software which is using cloud. Okay, we are exploring QuickBook, another very popular accounting software. Okay, but because we are still looking into it in negotiation, so we can't put that up in slide. Okay, but it's our aim to teach students how to use an accounting software. This will increase their employability in the future. Okay, so diploma in accounting is really a solid diploma. I hope you can join us. Okay, now that's all I want to present. Now, the next person I would like to introduce is my colleague, Mr. Lance Tan. He would like to present to you Diploma in Banking and Finance. Mr. Lance, please.
Thank you very much, June. Good afternoon to all. My name is Lance. I'm the head of program for the Diploma in Banking and Finance. So just want to give you some information about our program. So the DPF is an excellent program with a comprehensive curriculum that provides a solid foundation for students who wish to pursue an undergrad degree in finance, right? So this program exposes the students to various roles in the banks and finance sector, and I will give a broad rundown of that as well. But beyond that, the DBF program is about life skills, right? Help the individual teach them what is financial literacy, and also highlight what they can do in the future. All right, so let me next slide, Clara. Thank you. So again, we have got 15 modules for our for all the diplomas, and it is broken into like general studies and business modules, which the other HOPs have covered as well. So I will just focus more on the banking and finance specialist modules. So they are predominantly on the right hand side, the right column. Just a quick note, this program has got 7 CA modules, or call it continuous assessment only modules, and also 8 exam modules. All right. So as a start, we will just, maybe I'll explain in a way in roles to you so they can have a better understanding of what we do in the DBF program. So the first module that we expose our students to is the financial markets and institutions. So this is kind of a broad-based foundational course for the students to understand what are the key players in the finance market and the institutions in there. So for example, we will expose the students to what is the central bank, what it does when it wants to regulate, the finance market in terms of when the market is overheated or when the economy is doing poorly or doing very well. And then we also talk about SGX and the various banks, commercial, of the various institutions available as well. So that the students understand broadly what is the functions of the markets, right? The markets could be in terms of the FX markets, equities markets, being the bond or the equities markets. So various things that the students will be exposed to so that they are better able to go on to the next modules. So next module I will introduce to you is the credit risk analysis and management. So this is a role we put our students into as a credit officer or a manager that considers borrowers coming to the bank and as how to assess them, whether they are good borrowers or not. What is their financial standing? So there are various ways of evaluating clients. They could be from as an individual, being personal loans, or they could be a small business or large corporations. So there'll be models that we use, qualitative and also quantitative methods for us to assess them, whether the risk that the bank would take or the company, can they service the loans? So this is what we all would use. I mean, sometime in our lives we would be buying a property, or we will need more working capital, and it would be great for the students to actually come to the back end of the bank to find out what is required. All right, next is managing business finance. So this is the role where the student becomes a finance manager in a company. So he will assess projects at hand, which projects is more lucrative, which project is more risky, and then if it's a good project and he would take it on, how is he going to service or rather get the working capital? How does he borrow money? Would it be through banks or issuing shares, or is there a mixture of both? So in this case, managing business finance is very useful. It is also like an extension of business accounting, where the students will also assess their internal performance before they're able to take on new projects, right? Next module is investment. This is a role we put our students as an analyst. So this is a very attractive role in the bank, right? Many of our students want to be analysts. So the analyst is trained to assess the intrinsic value of the company. They learn how to calculate through various ways the company's value. I mean, a company he wants to invest in, right? So it could be a listed company, conglomerate, and then how to assess the various branches of this company and give a price to it, give a value to it, so he's able to call a buy or a sell to his for his clients, right? So this is also a very important module when they want to pursue an undergrad degree in finance in the future, because this is a big chunk of things that he must learn. All right, there are many things in there besides the top-down approach, bottom-up approach. They study fundamental analysis and the ways of doing all this. And to wrap it up, we have financial trading. So this actually what we call like how do we bring all these modules together. So having all this head knowledge, right? How is this student, this person going to apply into the stock market? So we are using a stock market because it's kind of easy, it's accessible, information are readily available. So financial trading is about analyzing, or rather getting in and out of the markets. If it's going to be a stock market, how do we analyze through technical analysis? That means reading charts. How do we get in and out is in a most optimum timing, right? I mean, all of us would know, right? You can call a company a buy, but it can be, you know, you can buy something at the wrong timing, it could lose you money as well. So FT is really about the ins and outs of getting into market. And we do have a financial training center. Shall we go to the next slide? Clara? Oops, oh yeah. This is the one, correct. So we do have dedicated facilities where we kind of promote hands-on learning, right? This is where we train our students how to, besides trading, we will show them how to, we'll invite industry experts to come in to address our students, to tell them more about what is the market doing, or what is the banking and finance sector doing, so they are better prepared of what's to come, whether they want to choose to go into pure banking and finance, or they want to go into finance and accounting. Like what June has mentioned, our students do have the flexibility to go to other courses if they wish to. So this is a place where we do real-world simulations of training activities as well. All right, so this is a dedicated service facilities. Next slide. We do also encourage our students to take on or go into competition. This is one of the competition that we have encouraged. It's come a few years ago already. This is a inter-poly competition. It's a trading one and investment. So the UOB Kay Hian is the sponsor, and they provide the platform for various students who want to come into the competition. 100,000 virtual money, so they can trade into the shares, as SGX shares, and those who do well will get a prize and get certificates as well. Next slide. So these are our students who did well for the competition, received certificates, and some even got a small prize. As I've mentioned, the FTC also a platform for us to expose our students to what is coming up in terms of financial technology. So this is a occasion where students have been invited to attend some courses with One Connect, and that is the parent company is Ping An Insurance in China, a very, very big company. So our students there are in a set presenting and also receiving certificates. So this is kind of what this program would do. Of course, it is not everything about financial technology. Is about life skills, about teaching our students what's coming up and getting them ready for the financial sector. So many of our students have performed well, and they have progressed to the undergrad program with advanced standing. So that's what we are very proud of as well. So if you have any questions later on, please stop me and ask afterwards. I'm very pleased now to hand the time over to Ms. Isabel Lee. She's head of program for the international business. Isabel?
Hi, thank you, Lance. Hi, everybody. I'm Isabel. I'm heading the diploma in international business. As you can see on the screen, our program objectives are to discover with strong business understanding, national and global environment, meaning the business environment, We also introduce tools to our students in marketing, accounting, finance, and organization studies to understand international dimensions of business operation, business management. We also teach our students about the world business in terms of exporting, importing, global supply chain, international HRM. We also have a module on international, intercultural management as well as negotiation. And we have professional programs for accounting and finance, like my colleague Lance and June have just introduced to you. So you are now looking at, again, the 15 modules. So all our students registered with us in SIM for Diploma do 15 modules. So for us in international business, we cover a general studies, including business mathematics, international relations. So to give you a general perspective, and then we move into business modules, including business accounting, business law, business management and communication, business statistics, cost and management accounting, economics for managers, managing business, finance, and principles of marketing. And these are actually common modules shared with the other diplomas. So I won't go into these areas, but I'd like to bring you to look at our specialized international business modules, where we intend to give you the edge, especially if you are looking at the international market, whether you want to become a business leader, an entrepreneur to start your own business, or you're intending to join a global company, a MNC, and you could then have the additional edge with knowledge in export, import operations, and e-commerce. We are also looking at global supply chain, international finance, international HRM, and again, like I mentioned earlier, international cultural management and negotiation. So in these modules, we actually open your perspective to world businesses. And as you are aware, the world business is quite turbulent recently, especially with the trade war between the giant, namely China and US and all the allies on one side or the other. And we also have COVID that turned the international business world upside down. So we are looking at a very exciting time. So definitely, if you are curious and you have an acumen for business, especially on a global perspective, so I think this could be something you want to think about. All right. So we have 7 continuous assessment modules and 8 examinable modules, which add up to our 15. So perhaps we can look at the next slide. So again, like the other students, you will also be participating in forums, talks, competition organized by various partners. And through this, our intention is to have you anchored to the industry, have increased awareness of what's developing around us in the world, as well as in our region here, ASEAN, Asia. All right. So every year the events change, but definitely equally engaging and equally exciting. So we encourage our students to not only study by the books, but also be knowledgeable, okay, and participate in all these events. So not only do we bring students out to other organizations that will host our students, we also have experts that come into our campus for giving you the best practices from the industry. So, but of course, during COVID, a lot of these activities were curtailed. So we are looking at opening up again, like everything else. So we are looking at a very interesting time coming ahead. So I hope you will consider joining us in one of our diplomas. And definitely, if you're interested in international business, please feel free to come up with questions and I will do my best to answer to them.
Thank you.
Clara,
all.
do we have another slide? So here we
Yes,
are, Q&A.
Yes.
Right, thank you, Clara.
Okay, thank you all sharing about the Management Foundation studies, the Diploma in Accounting, Banking and Finance, International Business and Management Studies. So now it's Q&A time. I have unmuted all of you, so you can just unmute yourself. If you have any questions for us, we can directly answer your question. So I'll stop sharing my slides. So if you have any question, you can ask us.
We can also answer to the questions in the chat box.
Okay. So far, there is no one typing in. Okay, for international business, sorry, let me read aloud the questions. For international business, what is the further studies pathway? I mean degree.
Okay, so actually, yeah, perhaps I left that out earlier, but indeed, the Diploma in International Business will also articulate you into most business degree in universities. So, and at a later point, you could decide to go professional into accounting, or you could also do a banking specialization. But otherwise, you are definitely able to articulate into most business programs and even human resources management degrees. Clara, do you want to add?
Okay, just to add on, actually a lot of our Diploma in International Business students, they join Birmingham, the International Business Program, or they can also join UOL, International Relations Program. So yeah, so this is actually our Diploma in International Business actually built a very good foundation for them. So in case they want to go for IR from UOL or go to international business in Birmingham, they have no issue at all. But of course, as what Isabel mentioned, they can choose all different types of business diploma program, or even for Wollongong IT program. Of course, the exemption you get would not be as much as the rest of the business diploma or the business degree. Yeah. Actually, I have another diploma in international business student who joined the UOL, and then after that do a master in UOL in UK for economics as well. Yeah, so the pathway is there. Yeah. For the degree, you can you normally it is you will study in SIM. Yeah, so SIM actually we have different university partner as I shared during my slide. So what happened is the students can choose to study different university partner program. Just hold on, I share my slide here. So actually the students can choose to go to Birmingham, UOL or Stirling. You can look at what program they offer, because actually for all these universities, they offer varieties of degree program. Or even you go to Buffalo, yeah, then or Australia degree, you can also do that, yeah. Okay, but we do offer varieties of program within the university partner. So you can take a look at it and then see what interests you. But studying, let's say in the DIB doesn't mean that you cannot go to accounting, like what just now Lance and June mentioned. Even you study banking and finance, you can also pursue your accounting degree and be an accountant. For the entry requirement, yes, you need a GCE O-level 3 credit passes or higher NITEC cert. So is SIM degree, can I study in SIM instead of going to UK, US, or Australia? Yes, definitely. You will study in SIM campus. Yeah. there any question? Any more? You can type in the chat if you are shy to raise your voice. Yeah. Okay, maybe I share some example of the accounting students as well. Some of our accounting students actually, Wang Yu, I'm not so sure whether June remember her. She actually, after completing our diploma in accounting, she went to UK to pursue her degree in accounting. After that, actually now she is doing her law to be a barrister soon. She will be, yeah, she will be going to Hong Kong, yeah, for her law profession. Yeah. So like another DIB students actually, she joined after doing her diploma in IB, she actually joined the marketing. Then she do the Southampton marketing program. After that, she is now a manager in a Malaysian company. Yeah. Any other question for us? Okay, to do some marketing, if you business diploma is not your cup of tea, you can actually join us for our next briefing for the IT diploma. So we also, SIM also offer information technology diploma as well. So you can join us for the next session if you are interested in the IT diploma. Yeah. Actually, I have already unmuted everyone. So if you have any question, you can just unmute yourself. Yeah. Do you have any question? You can type in the chat. We will answer you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Kayboon, do you have any things you want to share about the DMS? or June, or Lance, or Isabel? Okay, maybe I share about what happened during the circuit breaker time. Actually, last year we all have our online lessons, but moving forwards, actually SIM is slowly resuming face-to-face classes. So for October intake and July intake, for July intake, let's say for Diploma in Management Studies and Management Foundation Studies will be face-to-face classes. And for October intake, the rest of all the program like Diploma in Accounting, Banking and Finance, International Business Management Studies, and MFS, Management Foundation Studies, will be all face-to-face. Yeah. I'll do some marketing here. We are also looking at blended learning for local students. So if you are Singaporean or PR and you don't need a student pass, like foreigners, you can actually think of blended learning. So when we say blended learning, it means we have online learning as well as face-to-face learning. Yeah. Because nowadays some students actually prefer face-to-face, while some students prefer online. So this blended learning is a mixture of both. Yeah.
Clara, are there still students in the room?
Sorry, pardon?
Are there still students in the room?
Uh,
There are still students in the room, right?
yes, there are.
Okay, so maybe I want to do a clarification. Because I think as a head of program, I feel that it's my responsibility to at least give this academic advice. Okay, there are altogether 4 diplomas that we are offering. And I think all 4 diplomas are very good diploma. Okay, so I believe that if confused which one to decide, we can assure you that all 4 diplomas are good diploma. Okay, but the thing is, if you are still unsure, okay, like you are really confused which one to choose, okay, you haven't decided, then you basically just look at the modules, see which one you're more interested in terms of, because you haven't decided on your career path, okay, like which area you want to go into. Then you pick something that's more broad-based, or you go to the modules, that means the subject, and you look at the subject, which one interests you more, then you study in that one, okay. You know, but if you are quite sure, like those students, some of my students, they are very sure they want to go into the accounting area, okay, they want to be a future accountant, you know, or they are very good with numbers. I don't mean they love numbers. Okay, I personally, I'm not somebody who love numbers. It's not my passion, but I'm not scared of numbers. Okay, like my students, they're not scared of numbers. They quite like numbers. Okay, then they can pick accounting, diploma in accounting. Now, some students, they are very keen to work in banks, you know, work in the finance area. So this is what they're keen in doing. Then they will pick the diploma in banking and finance. You know, and some students, they are very keen to explore, you know, international business, to do business and to cross border. Okay, then they will pick the diploma in international business, you know, And of course, I have some students, they are confused. They are not very sure yet, not confused. They're just not very sure yet. Then they pick something that's broad-based. They'll pick Diploma in Management Studies. Okay, study something that's more broad-based because all 4 diplomas are good. You know, after you study, what happens is when you pick a degree, you can still go into the degree of your choice because there are common modules. That's why my colleague mentioned, even you study diploma in management studies, diploma in IB, or diploma in banking and finance, you can still move into an accounting, that means accounting degree. But of course, you have less exemption. You know, it doesn't mean that you can switch here, switch there, you know, in the future, but you still can move into maybe accountancy. Like my accounting students, after they study diploma in accounting, they say that that's not my cup of tea. Then when they go the degree, they branch into a degree in marketing because they say, I am sick of doing figures. Accountancy is not my cup of tea. Then they move into a degree in marketing. I have students who actually did that. They teach accounting totally. Okay. So in a way, you just look at the modules. Don't need to pull your hair out that badly, you know, when you pick a diploma, because we offer very good quality diploma for you. Okay, SIM has a good reputation. Just trust us.
If you have any questions about your qualification, whether it meets the entry requirement, you can actually join our program booth and then share with us more about your academic qualification. We'll be able to advise accordingly. Okay, if you have no question for us, so we will end this session. And then, yeah, if you still have any inquiries about the program, you can join our program booth or actually put in the chat group. In the webinar, we will be able to advise you. In the webinar chat, actually, we can use video call as well. Yeah, so it is up to you whether you want to use video call or you want to just use chat. Okay. So if there isn't any questions, then I will end the session. Thank you all.